Welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install the ConfigMgr Client Health API in the cloud. Let's get started. Before we actually get into the fine details, let's talk about why. So I've had this idea for a while that we could use the client health script to provide details about all the clients, whether they're on-prem or off-prem. So ultimately, what I'm trying to do is test to confirm that, yes, in fact, you can install the client health API on an inexpensive web hosting. And the purpose of using inexpensive is it allows for more cost certainty on the whole thing. So what I'm going to be doing is using one of my test domains, and I will install the API up there along with a SQL database and configure it accordingly. So with that, I'm going to get started. So to start with, what I ended up doing was reviewing my notes from that I documented within the original blog, which then led me off to Anders' site, which then reminded me to go off to his Git site. And there's really two things that I need for this right now. One is the create database, and one is the web service. So I've downloaded those already onto my machine. I've taken the web service zip file and uploaded it to my hosting provider. I'm going to extract the host provider on this. So that's done. The next aspect of this is to create the database. So this is not a hard thing to do, but what I'm going to do is go over to my database node. I'm going to go add database. I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to change this off to SQL. I'm going to give it a username. And then I'm going to give it a password. And then I'm going to say, that's not the database name I wanted. Let me just double check that the copy and paste passwords go. And the copy and paste passwords go. So with that, I say OK. And there, the database has been created. So step one is to upload the API or web service components. The step two on that is to create the database. Step three is going to be to go into SQL Server Management Studio and to create the tables and everything that are associated with that. And step four will be going back to the website and editing the config file. In just a second, I'll come back and show you SQL Server Management Studio. So I've loaded up SQL Server Management Studio, and the first thing I'm going to do is connect off to the server. So clearly I've prepped a little bit of and tested this all out to make sure it all works. So I'm going to go connect. And we've connected off to our server. So I'm going to go off and go new query. And although it's going to be blurred out, what you'll notice that I'm automatically connected to my database. So I'm going to go look at recent files. And this is the Roland's script, and I'm going to comment out the section about creating a database, just because that's not needed for this scenario. I've edited the use database name. This, of course, is going to be blurred out in the video, but you'll get the point on this. There's no trick to this thing. There's nothing else you need to change on this thing. You literally just go run, and we can see that it was successful. So, just as a reminder, we've uploaded the API, we've created the database, we've gone into SQL Server Management Studio and added all the database tables on. The next thing that we're going to do is edit the config file. So I'll do that in just a sec. So we want to edit the config file. So the first thing we're going to go off to is this web config file, and we're going to scroll down to the database connection. So you notice this has got Anders, which I have to apologize to him. I've butchered his last name at least once in this video. I'm sorry for that, but anyways, so I'm going to edit the server details. So this is the name of the SQL server that I have. I'm also going to put in the database in here. Okay. Now, this is using the trusted account. Now, unfortunately, because of this being a hosted connection, we're not going to use the trusted connection. We're going to use the a SQL connection. So we're going to get rid of this trusted connection and replace it with a user ID. And finally, we're going to actually include the password in here too. Now, of course, parts of this is going to be blurred out because obviously I'm not going to put the password on here, and I may blur out a couple of other aspects on it just because although I don't believe the data within the database is overly important, I do understand that allowing somebody into the SQL database could cause other issues. So there you go. So all I do is I save this. So with that, there are two ways that I'm going to test this. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to test the website and just confirm that it works. And the second thing I'm going to do is get the actual script and adjust the command lines and have it upload the data into the database. So I'll show you that in just a second. So I said I'd show you how to confirm that the website works. So between yesterday, when I recorded half of this video, and today, I actually made a decision to not have it at the root of my domain. I put it into a subfolder. The only reason for that is I have plans for the root domain at some point in time. So this is, I put it as a subfolder just so that I can use it with the domain in another project down the road. So the way to test this thing is really quite simple. The subfolder that I put it under is called Health. And you'll see this in future videos why I've chosen that. So running it literally will bring up, hey, the web service is here, and there's nothing to see. There's nothing more to do this. If you're so inclined, you can go into the code, make this look pretty or whatever, but that's all there is. So that proves that the web service is up, running, and working fine. So in the next section of this video, what I'll do is I'll take the PowerShell command and run it, and that will populate the database. So you'll be able to see that next. So back in SQL Server Management Studio, the reason why I'm doing this is I just want to show you there's no tricks up my sleeve. So we're going to just show what's in the table right now. And we notice that there's absolutely nothing in the table now. So what I've done is run a PowerShell. I've run PSExec to get myself into local system account. You can see that by going, who am I? And we can see that we're local system account. And we're going to just run the client health script just as you normally would. It has to run as local system. It will give a warning or an error when you run it as anything but that. So we're just going to run this command. And apparently my cut and paste has failed. So let me just get the rest of it. Let me do the whole of that. There you go. So this is the same command that I run as my GPO. The only difference is I've changed off the web service URL at the end. And I'll end up changing my GPO to use this web service in a couple of minutes. I won't show that on this. And this will get everything into the cloud. Now, I know you're going to say, but Garth, this is a GPO startup script. Startup scripts only work on when they boot and when they're connected off to 80. You're 100% correct. And you'll see more about that coming in the future. So watch for it. So we're going to run this command, and this is going to take a minute or so to run, but it's collecting all of the health of the device, and it's sent it off to the web service. You can see that at the end. So then if I rerun the same command, the SQL query, we can see the device in the database. So all that's to say is we've gone from start to finish on putting the web service into the cloud and adjusting the command and that runs. I will update my GPO to do that, and over the course of the next little while, all of these things will, all my devices will show up in here. What I've alluded to a number of things I want to try and show you guys, so pay attention to those. They'll be coming in the next couple of weeks on things. I'm really excited to see what will and will not work. I'd spill the beans, but I don't want to promise you something until I've actually done it and confirmed that it works. So until next time. I want to thank you for watching this video. If you find this video useful, please like it and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Additionally, go off to the Ask Garth website and subscribe to the newsletter. This way you'll stay up to date on all the latest content, particularly with those videos that I've alluded to or content that I've alluded to about this script. Till next time, bye for now.